also, after that, if you don't mind answering the question, which is the standard, can you operate within the mayor's proposed budget?
I'd be delighted to do that, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the opportunity to appear here. My name is Mike Mondelli. I'm substituting for Judge Rachel Bell, who is out of town with a family matter. And I brought with me our trusted and knowledgeable court administrator, Mr. Warner Hassel. Before I answer the question, I'd like to go over a few of our accomplishments since last fiscal year and a couple of the changes. Since last fiscal year, with the help of this body and the administration, the General Sessions Court has implemented a domestic violence program. We have rejuvenated our domestic violence court, and we have participation with Judges Dalton, Robinson, and Walker. And since September of last year, the caseload in domestic violence cases has increased by 12%, which means since then, those 3 judges have handled over 5,000 domestic violence cases. In addition, we've had a General Sessions mental health court, as well as a veterans court that has been established with grants and financial assistance from the council and the administration. And Judge Melissa Blackburn is in charge of those 2 courts. And for the balance of the General Sessions judges, we have started a new circuit or new docket program since September that has each of us working in areas that we are accustomed to working in, but with a reduction with regard to cases that we hear, such as the 3 judges that hear domestic violence cases hear only domestic violence cases, so the rest of us are sort of specialized in criminal and civil cases. And in that regard, all of the 11 General Sessions judges in Davidson County last year, calendar year 2014, heard a total of 367,000 cases. Of those cases, 45,000 were civil cases. Criminal cases were 243,000. 50,000 or 20% of those cases involved mostly driver's license offenses. We do state traffic and metro traffic tickets, almost 80,000 violations. We have had a disposition rate in our criminal court cases of 94%. In other words, we get rid of or dispose of 94% of the cases that come before us in a timely manner. We've enrolled over almost 30,000 citizens in our traffic school, first offenders, defensive driving school 4-8, and aggressive drivers defensive school. And our probation department has, since last fiscal year, since last July, has seen 5,400 new probation cases. So we are busy in General Sessions Court. We have a steady flow of clients, and we produce a steady flow of revenue for the city. Based on Mr. Hassel's research, over the last 6 years, General Sessions Court has generated over $21 million for the general fund. And the answer to your question, can we live with the budget proposed by the administration? The answer is yes, we can. And I'll let Mr. Hassel expound on that if he would, and answer any questions.
Thank you, Judge. You have the floor, Mr. Hassel.
Yes, let's see, is this?
It's on.
It's okay. The mayor's recommended budget recognized a grant that was approved by this council, I believe last December, for the Veterans Court. It's anticipated this grant will continue. It's a $68,000 grant for the enhancement of services for the Veterans Court. In addition to that, there was an approval of funding of the judges' cost of living raise for their salaries, which will be, the cost will be offset by a new litigation tax that must be considered by this council. I believe it's calendared to be on your Budget and Finance Committee agenda for June 1st. Other than that, there was no cuts or any other additions to our budget for the current fiscal year.
Thank you, Mr. Hassel. Is there Council Lady Moore? I'll open it up for questions.
Just a quick question. Thank you all for being here. I wanted to ask you, how many, I was looking at one of your goals where it says solicit juvenile magistrates to facilitate referral of youthful traffic offenders. How many do you really have coming through to your court system? I mean, to put this in here as a goal, that's pretty serious.
Are you talking about,
I'm looking at our handbook on page 27, E27.
E27-2, and the book in front of you there.
27-2.
which paragraph?
It's the fourth bullet point under goals. It says solicit
Oh, okay.
juvenile magistrates to facilitate the referral of youthful traffic offenders to the Alive at 25 DDC class and continue to research other metro entities.
I know.
And-
We have been in communication with Juvenile Court and offering the use of our traffic school for the youthful traffic offenders. So for youthful traffic offenders below the age of 18, Juvenile Court takes care of those. And so we've offered our services to the magistrates, and so that statement is trying to address that, and we want to continue that dialogue with Juvenile Court.
So they will come to juvenile court instead of you all's general session court?
Well, in cooperation
Okay.
with us. I mean, that's what
Okay.
we have offered to do, and
Okay.
we're continuing those discussions.
All right, thank you.
Council Lady Weiner?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for being here. Have you looked at the cost to improve, upgrade the online traffic school? I know you had expressed that that was something that needed to be done here because it was like, what, 9 years old or something?
The online traffic
I think it's
school?
the online traffic school. Hang on. Yeah, the online traffic school software is 9 years old in need of upgrading in order to interface with ITS.
Right. We are, I just signed off on an initial phase with ITS to start the first phase of improving the interface with the online traffic school. And so, because when an offender signs up for the online school, the front end part is with Metro ITS. And so we're trying to streamline that of the back end part. And so I signed off on the first phase of that. So
Okay, great.
it's got to happen in phases.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Councilman Tigard?
Thank you. Judge Mondelli, the last couple of years, there seemed to have been a budget issue about traffic school fees and the budget not having enough perhaps to cover all the applicants for the year, and the fact that that revenue doesn't go back against your budget and whatnot. I don't see that that's an issue this year in any of the paperwork. Has that issue been resolved, and if so, how?
Yeah, since our budget
Yeah.
wasn't reduced, we're able to live within our existing budget for the traffic school.
So every offender who wants to take that option of the online school, there's no concern that we'll run out of money and they won't be able to do that
Not
this
at
year?
the present funding level.
And
Okay.
especially if this body passes our litigation tax, that will ease that situation, also increase the money available for those PIN numbers so people can go to the traffic school.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Councilman Hager?
Thank you, Judge, for being here, Mr. Hassel. The two social workers on this sheet, is that for the mental health court? I know you got two of them down there at $41,813 a year. It's on 42 of 128. It's down there under General Sessions Court.
In the budget book, what page is it on? Oh. Okay. He's,
In the handout.
Okay, I don't,
here.
Which one, Mr. Hager, Councilman?
Social worker,
Let's see, this is state trial courts, what I,
it's under General Sessions Court.
yes, okay, no,
The social worker two, you've got two employees, it looks there, like 41,813. I just want to know what they do. I didn't know if it was mental health court or the assistants there or what.
yes, social worker 2 would be in mental health court.
Both of those, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And then your part-time employees, are these people that work during the summer or all year long? That's up above their 5,512's average annual salary.
Yes, yes,
And you got 23 of those, is that correct?
right. And that's a combination, a good part of those are, well, some of the part-time are traffic school. Some of them are even part-time general sessions judges, part-time commissioners even.
Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other in the queue, I guess, Mr. Hassel, you can leave. It looks like Judge Mondelli is going to be here for the next presentation,
right.
too. So